In a small town in Nigeria, there lived a 16-year-old boy named Samuel. He lived in a tiny house with his mother near a crowded market road. Life had never been easy for them, but things became even harder after Samuel's mother fell seriously ill. His mother once worked as a cleaner in a school, but now she spent most of her time lying on a weak old bed, coughing and struggling to breathe. Medicines were expensive and there was never enough money in the house. Samuel was still a student in a secondary school. He was quite hardworking and known for carrying books everywhere he went. But every evening, while other students played football or rested at home, Samuel walked to a small tea shop near the bus station to work. The tea shop belonged to an old man named Mr. Billo. The shop was always full of noise. Drivers, travelers, and workers came there for tea, bread, and roasted snacks. Samuel cleaned tables, served customers, washed cups, and carried heavy buckets of water. The work was tiring. Sometimes his feet hurt so badly that he could barely stand, but he never complained. Inside his school bag, along with his notebooks, he carried one dream: to become a doctor someday. Every night, after serving customers, Samuel could quietly open the books whenever the shop became less busy. Under the dim yellow light of the shop, he studied biology, chemistry, and mathematics while waiting for customers. Many people laughed at him. One driver once said, "Boy, stop stressing yourself. Poor people like us don't become doctors." Another customer shook his head and laughed. "You should focus on this tea shop. Dreams don't feed hungry families." Samuel only smiled politely and continued reading. Deep inside, these words hurt him, but whenever he thought about giving up, he remembered his mother. One rainy evening, Samuel returned home very late. His clothes were wet and his eyes were heavy with sleep. He found his mother awake. She looked at him sadly and said, "Samuel, you work too hard. I don't want my sickness to destroy your future." Samuel sat beside her and held her hand gently. "Mama," he said softly, "one day I will become a doctor and I will treat you and help many people, I promise." Tears filled his mother's eyes. Months passed. Samuel continued his difficult routine every single day. School in the morning, tea shop in the evening, studying at night. Sometimes he slept only 3 or 4 hours. Still, he never stopped trying. One day, Samuel's school announced a national science competition. The winner would receive a scholarship to study medicine in a good university. Samuel wanted to join, but he almost gave up immediately. He did not have enough money for extra books or coaching classes like other students. But his science teacher, Mrs. Adebayo, believed in him. "You are one of the brightest students I have ever taught," she told him. "Do not let poverty make you feel small." Her words gave him courage. For weeks, Samuel studied harder than ever before. After working at tea shop, he stayed awake, reading late into night, while the whole town slept. Finally, the competition day arrived. Students from many schools gathered in the city hall. Most of them wore expensive clothes and looked confident. Samuel felt nervous in his old uniform and worn out shoes. But when the questions began, something amazing happened. Samuel answered question after question with confidence. Everything he had studied under the weak tea shop light suddenly became useful. A few weeks later, the results were announced. Samuel had won first place in the entire state. The scholarship covered his education, books, and living expenses. When Samuel heard the news, he ran home with tears of joy. His mother cried and hugged him tightly. The small tea shop boy, who studied while others slept, had taken the first step toward his dream. Years later, Samuel finally became a doctor, and in the hospital where he worked, there was one thing he never forgot. Difficult circumstances may slow a determined person, but they can never stop them.